A Jewish rabbi just revealed something unexpected. They are struggling to defeat Muslims, and it's not for the reasons you'd think. It all comes down to their spiritual strength, prayer, and modesty. This shows the hidden power of Islam when it's truly followed. Even the opponents are taking notice. You've got to see this. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. It's another reaction video. Oh yes indeed. And it's another rabbi. And this rabbi is talking about Islam. And don't want to spoil it, guys. Let's have a look.
Ishmael is the most difficult because they are the only one of our enemies that comes with a spiritual power. They are a child of Abraham. They have a koach of prayer.
Strength of prayer.
Merit of Brit Milah. Again.
Wait, what did he say? Brit Milah, what was that? The covenant between God.
Brit Milah, again, which goes back to Abraham. There is tznius. And the reason why
modesty, yeah, obviously.
This is so difficult is that we have to counter it with a spiritual power that is greater than their spiritual power. There is no logical way of stopping people who are willing to die.
That's it. These people are willing to die for their land. We saw when Israel entered, in the initial days, they were struggling. The Palestinians were literally going there, putting something on their tank, running away, and then kaboom.
For their cause. And you have people who don't care if they die. Then how are you going to stop them? That Golus Yishmael is impossible to defeat. So the dilemma...
What did he say? 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 No. That Golus Yishmael, i.e. the Muslims,
Yishmael
is impossible to defeat. There you go. They're talking about killing Hamas when their own army generals are telling Netanyahu you can't get rid of Hamas. You know what I mean?
Impossible to defeat. So the dilemma is we need spiritual ways of defeating them. Yishmael is
spiritual ways of defeating them. In other words, being moral. Something that they claim their army is. So what I said about Hamas was they claim that, oh, you know, we're going to defeat them. Although the video is not talking about Hamas, that was just an example of a group that is resisting occupation. Here, obviously, they're talking about the Muslims at large in Palestine. And the Muslims at large, he's claiming, I think the biggest takeaway is because we're not seeing any degree of spirituality. In fact, we're not even seeing humanity, let alone spirituality, from the IDF and from the Israeli forces. It's just preposterous, some of the... In fact, if you look in the first 6 months, the amount of children that have died in Gaza, and you look all over the world for the last 3 years, and you multiply it by 4, Gaza still has more. You know what I mean? And like I've mentioned before, 9th head of the UN, Antonio, he said, you want to see hell on earth? Go see the children in Gaza. Hell on earth. Now, you got all these liberals talking about, yeah, what's this hijab and what's this? Bro, you've got people of other faiths, the modesty, they understand the spiritual power of modesty. This is a clip of a Russian black magician woman, and she said,
when faced with various religions, it is very difficult to influence Muslims. They are in a constant connection with the egregore. They do namaz every day and read prayers on a daily basis. They are constantly under some kind of a dome, so it is very difficult to influence them.
Muslims are one of the hardest to do black magic to. Don't get dragged into all this liberalist crap, because let's face it, our deen is inherently spiritual, inherently true, inherently beneficial. It goes back to Abraham, they know the covenant between God, i.e. the shahada, the strength of prayer, praying 5 times a day. Did he mention cleanliness? Because at-tahuru shatrul iman, purity is part of faith. There you go. You have non-Muslims that appreciate the spiritual power. So those people watching, people are like, oh, okay, I got some asr on me. I got some black magic on me. Guys, you should know. There are plenty of apps there that give you the morning and evening adhkar. In them, it tells you protection from the shayateen. And one scholar was saying that a lot of the magic that's done nowadays is in multiples of 11. Like 11, 22, 33. 33 you're probably familiar with. 11 you're familiar with. And then he made the connection, which I found very interesting. He said said the last 3 quls, if you add all of the ayahs together, they add up to 11. So it works even to counteract the magic of today as well. Don't underestimate the adhkar. Yeah? The last 3 quls are a part of the adhkar. Ayatul Kursi, Shaitan himself said when he was caught, you can find that narration, Shaitan imparted upon the believers that this is how you can seek protection from my kind. Prophet, peace be upon him, upon finding this out, he said here, even though it's coming from a dubious source, what he said is correct. So guys, don't underestimate your adhkar when you're reading. I know a lot of people say, you know what, so many people just sit in the mosque. Look, do your best, Allah will do the rest. Deen, dunya. The religion is wasat, yeah, the middle of 2 extremes. You got, you know, on the one hand Judaism, on the other hand Christianity. On the one hand they didn't accept Isa alayhi salam at all. On the other hand you had the Christians that took him all the way to God. Muslims are in the middle, saying, yep, he did come, but he was a prophet. Yeah, and even in other things as well, mashallah, we are in the middle. So guys, may Allah give us the reality of this, when even, subhanallah, the non-Muslims, look, the non-Muslims are telling us how valuable this religion is, and how, you know, what makes it a force to be reckoned with is the spiritual power. This liberalization and all of this crap that's being shoved down our throat. So guys, make sure you share this far and wide, because this is very effective from the source that it's coming from. You might hear it from an imam on a pulpit, and there's nothing wrong with that, but coming from this source, I think makes it effective. Yeah, let's leave it there, guys. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.